Hey guys, Kaufman is Alive YouTube channel. I look at comic books new and old. Today I'm looking at a new comic, Wolverine Revenge #1. It's written by Jonathan Hickman and Greg Capullo is the artist, penciler. I've got side by side here the main cover and the red band cover here so you can kind of see what the differences are. I did a video a couple days ago when I unwrapped the red band edition. I gave my first impressions of it as I flipped through it. So go check out that video if you haven't yet, if you want to kind of get my expanded thoughts on this comic book. Just looking at the cover here real quick, you can kind of see some of the differences between the red band and the regular edition. I just kind of wanted to show that real quick. I did that on my last video as well, but you can see there's more blood. There's some more claw marks on the dinosaur here, and the blood is actually switched colors on the regular cover. So that just looks like plant foliage. So those are some of the differences there. And as far as this comic goes, we'll be looking at the red band edition today. I've got a lot of questions about this book. Now, first of all, I just want to say I really like the artwork in this book, and the dialogue is fine. Essentially, the plot's fine too, but I just have a lot of questions about where this comic book is placed within continuity, and there's just some other questions I have. So we'll go through it here. Now, right off the bat, we get this data page that says, no one knows how it happens, as no one lived who was there. What is known is that as Asteroid M burned up upon re-entry, Magneto breathed his last breath. And when he died, it released the largest EMP in the history of mankind. And that was 10 days ago. So, unfortunately, you'd think Marvel might actually say, like, what comics this takes place in between, to actually try and maybe get people to go out and find those old back issues. But we don't get any of that here. We just kind of have to make a guess as to when it takes place. Now, Asteroid M burned up and that giant EMP went off. That happened after Fatal Attractions. And there was another time that the Magneto's Asteroid M burned up too. So, and that was before Jim Lee's X-Men #1. So, I'm trying to figure out in continuity where this all takes place, and you know, if this is supposed to take place after Fatal Attractions, which would seem to make the most sense. Wolverine still has his adamantium claws in this comic, so you know, at that point he did not have his adamantium claws. They had just been ripped out. All the metal got ripped out of his bones by Magneto. So this has to be taking place before Fatal Attractions. And then, you know, the other thing that comes up here that is kind of odd is we've got Bucky as the Winter Soldier here. And, you know, as far as I remember, this character didn't show up until the mid-2000s. So if this is taking place, you know, post-Fatal Attractions, I don't understand how Bucky is here with Captain America. That, as far as I know, that didn't happen yet. If I'm getting any of this wrong, please feel free to let me know in the comments, because I'm just going by memory here, trying to figure out this comic book myself. So some really weird continuity issues in this book. Now, I will say it could all be because we're dealing with Mastermind here. As the main villain, the leader of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants here. So it could be that, you know, this is all just a setup illusion that he's trying to fool Wolverine. This comic does start out with Wolverine on vacation, quote unquote, post-Fatal Attractions. He's in the Savage Land. I guess he gets his vacation kicks hunting Tyrannosaurus Rexes. But, you know, it could be that Mastermind found him in the Savage Land and is just messing with Wolverine, and this is all an illusion. Which to me seems more likely because, I mean, we're just getting S.H.I.E.L.D. agents murdered here. Maria Hill gets murdered. You know, we've got these villains. They're all kind of, they're working together, which is also a bit odd. They don't seem to be having any issues between each other as villains normally do. And there's a really quick battle that we don't even really see in this comic book. We just see this splash page of the villains attacking Wolverine, and then they're all just kind of chained up. So this could also be an illusion. I mean, how are you going to capture three of the most powerful characters in the Marvel Universe? How are the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants going to do that? So those are my main questions that I have about this book. Greg Capullo's artwork in this is really good. He's definitely changed his style. He's not going to be drawing the same kind of stuff he was drawing in Spawn back in the 90s. He's got this really delicate line work. He's got really great faces, I feel like, and it just looks great. If you've read some of his We Have Demons, which was a book he did with Scott Snyder, the artwork in this book reminds me a lot of that. So I really enjoy the artwork in this book. The other thing that's super weird is they implant these bombs in the chests of Wolverine, Captain America, and Bucky, the Winter Soldier here. And they give Deadpool the controller, and I like how the buttons have, like, there's different colored buttons for each hero here. That's kind of funny. But Deadpool blows them all up. So at the end of the issue here, which these were the couple of pages I didn't show on my last video, as I didn't want to show the whole book, but we see Wolverine. He's been blown up, but as Wolverine does, he's still alive, so he's just had all of his skin blown off and everything. And he's like growing and mutating and forming back together here. But it makes you wonder what happened to Captain America and Bucky, the rest of the S.H.I.E.L.D. as well. They were all on the helicarrier that got blown up earlier in the issue, which again makes me think this is all an illusion created by Mastermind. So awesome splash page though of just a bodied Wolverine here. This reminds me of like an Andy or an Adam Kubert drawing too. They've done lots of work on Wolverine over the years. So again, I really enjoyed Greg Capullo's work on this book. And I'm not sure where it's going or what we're doing here. So it does end on an interesting cliffhanger, I suppose, with like everybody dead and Wolverine half dead. That happens all the time, though. So nothing really new or interesting there, I suppose. But again, I love this cover. I keep going back to this. This feels like an image that could have been used, for promotional things for the past 30 years for Wolverine. It just looks that good. So those are just my kind of thoughts on this book. I'm definitely going to be checking out the second issue when it comes out. I may not be getting the red band of that. The red bands, I don't get it. I understand why they're doing it. It's to make more money, but just not a good practice. I don't think it's a good way to treat your customers, honestly, making them pay extra for alternate pages. It just seems kind of ridiculous. So if they had just a red band line of books that were like more adult-oriented comic books, like how DC does their Dark Label, I would be all for that. But another thing I had heard, I had seen online somebody, I think it was on Twitter, that... by the way, go follow me on Twitter. I'm at KaufmanIsAlive, so go follow me there. I get some thoughts. Sometimes I'm on there posting about wrestling or comic books. But anyway, I saw someone on Twitter mention how they've got these red band comics so that like kids don't buy them, like kids under 18 can't get them. That's the idea. But he made the point that what kids under 18 are reading comic books anyway, and that's a really good point. Pretty much just like, 25 to 60-year-olds are reading comic books anymore. So, and I've probably even got that demographic wrong. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. I will definitely see you guys on the next one. Please like and subscribe. Talk to you later.